Rejection. So I've been through many experiences where my way of thinking, my way of viewing life and health has been rejected by different practitioners. They don't see the value in it. It's not quite their thing. From their point of view of the body, it's garbage. It doesn't make sense. They will either talk to me like I know nothing, like I'm only a fitness person. I could only know exercise, and exercise is nothing, even though exercise is what everybody prescribes, right? But anyway, the point is that when you get rejected so many times, you start to see a pattern. You start to see who rejects you. You start to see why they reject you. You start to see what is missing in the perspective of things, what they validate and what they don't validate, how they speak and how their minds kind of work in a way. And this is very great information. If you could stomach if you could stomach all that rejection and still kind of keep your head up a bit and not get kind of wrapped up in your own ego and want to prove that you're better or know more, then you come to an understanding of that a good practitioner will never put down other ways of viewing health because they're not about themselves, they're about you and in a way that you can restore yourself. So in their way of thinking, anything that can bring about a change that gives you greater health is what they're going to prescribe. They're not resistant to things that aren't them. Also, you'll be able to see that in the personality, the character of this person, in the way that they can only be themselves, you'll start to see that they speak of things this way. If they have a character that is very centered in themselves, they'll speak of what they know. If they have a personality or character that speaks about many things, they will have a more open and easygoing and relaxed attitude to things outside of the way that they think. They'll interact with you more as a person than a project. They'll be able to give voice to things that you don't even know that you are feeling and be able to guide you on that way. They'll often refer you to other people because they know they don't have either the time or all the resources to be able to help you with these things. And ultimately, in a person or a character that embodies a great practitioner of whatever field that they're in, there is a growing of self. They'll always kind of speak of their personal experiences that allowed them to get to where they are because they're human and they can realize the challenges that it will take to get to where you want to be. They'll make the process feel more lifelike. There'll be some tough love, there'll be some handshakes, there'll be some good and bad conversations, there'll be some tough stuff. It should resemble life if life is what you're trying to make better, right? It should. So, in the way of this, you'll also be able to hear a very warm and understanding tone in their voice. They'll be able to speak of things very lifelike. They'll be able to kind of, you'll be able to feel grounded in their presence, to be heard in their presence, to feel like you're progressing, um, to be attached with them more than just the words that they're using. They could always tell you that this is good, and all they need to know is more than you about a topic to seem like an expert, right? And this is what I'm really trying to denounce. The people that are always talking about this is good and only know from their own point of view what is good. You need to know from many perspective what will create wholeness for this individual because everybody is a unique person and no two plans should look identical. They should be kind of put together in a way that the person will hear it best, in a way that they'll give action to the words, in the way that they'll live a greater life. So all these things are really embodied in the way a person speaks, how this voice represents how they look and how they sound and how they embody their character. And when all these things kind of seem to all come together in an individual, you'll feel grounded, you'll feel supported, you'll feel heard, you'll feel like you're with the right person going the right direction. At any point in time you feel a push against this feeling, it means that you might be or you might have learned everything that you need to learn from this person and should seek another person because they're going to give you or open up to you a greater realm of growth, of being balanced, a way of being healthy. And this, to my greatest understanding, is the best way to validate a great practitioner regardless of their art.